Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 265. Joining me as always, Daniel Neveroli.
What's going on?
Hi, Daniel. How you doing?
You got the number right this time.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
like
it's
3
twice in a
weeks
row
in a
now,
row, maybe
or
twice.
2 or
Yeah,
3. Yeah.
three. Well, I got the number wrong of how many I got in a row now. So
Eh,
you,
Something
you,
like it.
you gotta lose somewhere.
I mean,
Eh.
it's very rare that you get this many in a row.
Will I make it to 3 next week? I don't know. Guess we'll find out. You'll have to tune in, folks.
Probably
Daniel,
not.
how you doing? How's your week been? I've been sick.
Oh, yeah? You
Yeah.
look tired.
Yeah, I am tired. Yeah. Just woke up, rolled out of bed, right there. Fucking horrible. Yeah, I was sick. I was sick on like Sunday, Monday.
Did you get out of work?
I did. Yeah, I ain't
Nice.
going to work. I'm sick. Fuck that, man. You know,
Mhm.
I'm a baby when I'm sick. I don't. I'm not doing shit. Like, don't talk to me. Any slight inconvenience to me, I'm like, no.
The
Can't,
world's ending,
the
yeah.
world's ending. I can't deal with anything right now. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Leave me alone.
Can't
Yeah.
deal with that. But I just play video games all day, and that was nice.
What were you playing? You wanna talk about it later?
We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about
Okay.
that later.
Okay.
Talk about I've been hanging out with Norman Reedus. Mm.
Mm.
I was trying to think of a different game he was in other than Death Stranding that I could give you.
I can give you one.
Can you go for it?
The Walking Dead brother
There you go.
game, what was the name of that one? Walking Dead,
Are you talking about the shitty like alternate universe
the
one?
first the first person. It's like in the
Oh,
universe of
the
the
first
game.
person one.
You
The
play as the
VR one.
2. No, it's,
Not VR.
no,
Oh
this game was
yeah, there was
terrible.
one with Daryl and
You play
Merle
as the
like a
brothers.
long
Yep.
ass time ago now, huh? I do remember this. Yeah. God,
Yeah.
why are there so many bad Walking Dead games?
I don't know. The VR ones are good, but I have no
VR
idea.
ones are good. The Telltale
Yeah,
one,
they
obviously.
reviewed. And it obviously the
Yeah,
Telltale.
yeah, and then the other one's just shit. Yeah, it's kind of like
Oh,
the
that
universe.
that
I
one,
can't
like, 2 years
believe.
ago? Remember that one?
I can't believe they just keep going with that universe. Just
All these sideshows
spin off
now?
after
Crazy.
spin off after spin off. Dude, there's like 5 spin offs going on right now
Mhm.
for The Walking Dead. Who the fuck is watching these?
It must have, such a faithful audience.
Yeah, just like a hardcore audience that AMC just keeps. I guess it's all AMC is running on now.
Yeah, Better Call Saul ended.
Yeah, Better Call Saul's done.
Um,
Whole Breaking Bad universe is done. And I mean, their big thing back in the day was Breaking Bad, Walking Dead, and Mad Men, right? And
yeah, and yeah.
yeah, that's all
Is
done.
Gilligan's next show through
Gilligan's next
AMC?
show is Apple now.
It's Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where
what was his
it's
next show supposed to be?
it's supposed to be more sci-fi, if I remember
Hmm,
correctly. It's
okay.
starring the girl from Better Call Saul. I forget the actress name. Uh,
Oh, Kim?
yeah. I forget her name, but she's really good. But yeah, she's supposed to
She's
be like
one of the
the
best
main.
parts of Better Call Saul.
Yeah, exactly. She's supposed to be like the main lead in that. So I don't know. Be
Interesting.
interested when that actually comes to
That's
fruition.
exciting. I like that actress. I haven't really seen her
Gilligan
yet.
has done other things other than stuff in the Breaking Bad universe, but like no one's noticed. I don't know if they're any good or not. Maybe they just fall flat. But yeah, like
Like, he's
he's
lead
done other
written?
stuff. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure he's had a different show like on like Hulu or something.
Yeah, I should look him up and see what else he's, like, been a head writer of.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Mm. Daniel, been another busy week in the world of video games.
Yeah, especially for you.
Oh yeah, brother. It's funny, man, 'cause I got like people texting me like I'm like expecting a child. Hey,
Congratulations.
congrats, Connor. When are you expecting it? Like, oh,
You're
it's
due in
it's
July.
it's coming in July, guys. Don't worry. I don't know. We'll do a gender reveal party. It's fucking great. Live my best life though.
Yeah,
Because
you are.
Daniel, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 Plus 4 has officially been announced and given a release date of July 11th, 2025. Just a few short 4 months away, I think.
Mhm.
Maybe 3. Yeah. Whatever. Mid-year. We're almost there. July 11th. Incredible.
Yeah.
So yeah, here it is. After weeks of rumors and speculation. I mean, when did this kick off? It all kicked off with that one skateboarder
It was
going
2 weeks
on
ago. Or no, I
going
guess
on
that would have been 3 weeks ago, right?
Okay,
And then
that would
2
have been
weeks
3
ago
weeks at
was
this point.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago we talked on the show was the Call of Duty thing.
Okay. And that was like the day after the one dude was on the Breakfast
Hmm.
Club and said he's gonna be in the next remaster of the Tony Hawk. That's really when it all started. So just a mere 3 weeks ago, there wasn't like even a glimmer of hope of the Tony Hawk games getting any new sort of entry anytime soon. And bam, 3 weeks later, here we are. We're looking forward to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 in July.
Hmm.
Incredible.
Yeah, awesome. I need to play more of 1 and 2. Uh, Never really deep dived into those.
You gotta catch up on the story.
The
The
lore,
lore,
yeah.
dude. You gotta get caught up on it. What's
Yeah, I mean,
going
I
on
gotta
there?
know why Doomslayer and the Revenant are
Right.
playable. Like,
Right.
why is that?
Exactly. Exactly.
How is he
They're actually
slaying
rivals
demons and
with
not
Tony
skateboarding?
Hawk, and all the
Oh,
other skaters. There's a whole war a million years back. It goes way back, man, way back.
wow.
I'm sure they'll connect it to Doom: The Dark Ages somehow. And
Can I get a super shotgun while I'm skating?
you can do a move that I don't know if it's the super shotgun. But there is a shotgun where Doomslayer does or pulls out a shotgun with a
No, he
move
does
in the
not.
air. Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Oh my
That is a
god.
thing. So the Doomslayer thing very cool because Doomslayer in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, the original Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, as a
Oh,
secret unlockable character. I
I
believe it
didn't know
was the
that.
Doom 3 skin back then. Could be
Okay,
wrong about
yeah.
that, but yeah, I think it was that. So it's a really fun callback they
Is that the
did
same
there.
one that Spider-Man was in?
Spider-Man was in 1, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
Again, I
I
could be
thought it
wrong
was
about all
3.
these. So the ones I remember are Spider-Man, Wolverine. I don't know which ones all these are in, by the way. Spider-Man, Wolverine, Darth Maul, Jango Fett, not Boba, Jango,
Hmm.
and Doom. Yeah,
That's probably
Doomslayer.
because of the bounty hunter game back in the day.
Yeah, yeah, and then obviously, big time for prequels back then, right? So,
Yeah.
that's why you got Darth Maul. That's why you got Jango. But anyways, let's back up, go lead up to the announcement here. So,
Sure.
Tony Hawk went on the Colbert Report the night before the trailer came
Hmm.
out, and so technically this was announced at the Colbert Report. That's where this game is technically announced. Yeah, that's where he talked about it there. Did I
Good for
pay?
Colbert,
Did
right?
I pay $12.99 just to watch the Colbert Report so I could
No,
see
you
this live?
didn't.
I sure as fuck did, Daniel. I
No,
sure
you
as
did
fuck
not.
did.
Where did you watch this
It was
live then?
Paramount Plus. So, and I'm
So
like,
you
oh
bought
fuck, I
multiple
can't.
Paramount Plus
Yeah, I sure did. I sure
just to
did.
do that?
Just to see it. Just to see
Oh
Tony
my
Hawk, man. It
god.
was great. It was a great time. Totally worth
How's he
it.
looking?
Old. Pretty old. But
Yeah.
as
He's still
expected.
skating though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's out there. He can't do a lot of tricks no more. Like you're
Hmm.
saying, but yeah, it's have you ever seen a video of him doing his last 900 and like he like knew?
No.
Yeah, there's a video out there of him like going for a 900 one last time. And he just knew he wasn't gonna be able to do it ever again just because it's aging
Really?
and stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he was just like, he just went like try after try after try to get it one more time, and he got it.
Hmm.
It's a cool thing.
Legend.
Yeah, must have been like 10 years ago, but already. But yeah.
Is how good is I know his son does. How good is his son,
I don't
Riley?
know. I don't keep up with like skateboarding world enough to really tell you. I mean, I imagine somewhat good, but I don't think he's like good to the point where he's like making a living
Yeah.
off of
He
it.
he was in 1 and 2, wasn't he?
The remake, yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah,
remake.
yeah. So
So
anyways, he goes on there and he announces this. He tells Colbert like, I can't tell you anything else, but yeah, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 is coming out. Does that whole spiel. And then the next day we finally get the trailer. It also leaked, by the way. It leaked like the day before that, even like the release date and everything. That all leaked, so everybody already knew what the hell was going on. And then yeah, we get Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4. Crazy. So we get the trailer, and it's being made by Iron Galaxy,
that's
which
what I was
is
gonna ask.
interesting.
It's not
Yeah.
Albany
No, it's
or
not
Vicarious
Albany.
Visions.
No, I mean that studio's dead. Uh,
Yeah.
who knows where they are? Even if it was them, it's like I don't even know. Do the people that made this even work there anymore? I have no
I
idea.
assume that team's the same.
With how much video game teams change, especially over the last few
Yeah, you're not
years,
wrong.
I doubt it. I doubt it. You know what I mean? But yeah. Anyway, so it's being made by Iron Galaxy. Iron Galaxy have done a lot of things. They seem majority like a support studio.
Mhm,
They've ported over Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2 to Switch and PC, so they have some stuff there. They've also made Rumbleverse and
mhm.
something else that was their own original thing.
They weren't they doing some of those collection remake things? Didn't they do one of those? They
Maybe,
don't do all
maybe
of them, but I think
they
they
were
did.
a big support studio on the Crash and Spyro remakes as well.
Okay.
They also handled all of like season 2 of Killer Instinct, something like that. So
Oh,
they've
that's
done
right. Yeah, yeah, I
stuff.
remember that.
It's just one of those studios where they're just given projects here and there, and this will certainly probably be their biggest thing that they've done. But you know, it's good. That's how a lot of these guys start, right? Like look at like you know, Blue Point, you know, or Vicarious Visions even. Like they were developing their own original stuff, but like Blue Point's a good example actually of like they were just like slowly remastering stuff, then they remade stuff, and then they tried to make their own like original thing. And then Sony was like, "Hey, make a God of War live service game. We'll cancel that." And now they're probably getting shut down. But whatever. You see the trajectory there of like how a studio could go from just like support studio to porting stuff to remaking stuff to eventually a new thing.
Mhm.
So
I
I don't
assume
know.
that
I'm not
Activision's probably helping.
necessarily like with the game.
Yeah, yeah, with development. I'm assuming it's probably like they probably
Yeah,
have their support
yeah.
helping
I
them.
wonder what studios would be helping them. The thing is about this is like it's very clearly just being made off of the One Plus Two engine, right? Like it looks just like that.
Perfectly fine.
And to go with that, it's also coming out on PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Which makes sense because One Plus Two ran on that, you know, and it doesn't really need to look any better. I'm not expecting like a big overhaul on
No, that
graphics
game
or
still
anything
looks
here.
great.
Yeah, it looks great. So it's like, okay, you don't really need to do all that. I think it's a really good thing it's launching on like everything now too. If you remember One Plus Two on PC particularly, I think it only launched on that BattleNet thing. So like it wasn't on
Oh,
Steam for
wow.
years. Yeah, it wasn't on Steam for years. So that was horrible. But now it's
Activision at the time was pushing BattleNet for a
yeah,
while because I
yeah.
think Call of Duty was launching there for a while. I think it was Destiny 2 was launching there. Overwatch was launching there. There was just a lot of there was years where they were only pushing BattleNet.
Yeah. So I'm not necessarily like tempered off because of Iron Galaxy or anything. I think they could do a fine job. I don't think this is like the biggest deal in the world that they're the ones doing this. Obviously, I would have liked Vicarious Visions, but they don't
Yeah.
even exist anymore. Even Beanox, I probably would have trusted a bit more. But I don't think it's not like I'm like completely writing it off just because it is Iron Galaxy. It is one of the holdbacks to like, okay, temper your expectations a little bit, but we'll see how they do. I mean, they seem like a competent studio. I see no reason why they couldn't just faithfully remake these games.
From all the screenshots and little bit of stuff I've seen, it looks basically the same, which is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, and with it running in that One Plus Two engine, see if you remember too, Vicarious Vision was making 3+4, and I
Mhm.
wonder if they just picked up where they left off. We're just
That wouldn't
simply like,
surprise me.
yeah, if they were just like, because this seems somewhat quick, you know, especially
Because
because like,
wasn't it 2 years ago? Yeah, like 2 years ago, didn't Tony come out and say, "Hey, I don't know if we're gonna be able to do another one or
right, yeah,
anything."
yeah. There was a lot of speculation, and Tony Hawk didn't know what was going on with it. So it's like, okay, he didn't know. And it does seem quick. So I gotta imagine they just picked up where Vicarious Visions just left off just because of that reason. And yeah, so you know, I'm very hopeful for it here. It's like, you know, Pro Skater 3 is my favorite of the pro skaters at least. And so I'm super amped for that. There is one holdback though, is now so it's written very weirdly on all the descriptions for this game is that they've claimed that they are making it a 2-minute timer for every level, which wouldn't be accurate to what Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 is. Pro Skater 4 was a like a career mode with like a little bit of a story, and it had NPCs with goals that they would give you, and the 2-minute timer was gone, which is like the staple of the Pro Skater games 1 through 3,
Mhm.
and the 2-minute timer was gone. But now on the descriptions for everything, if you go to the Tony Hawk subreddit, everybody's like freaking out about this because they think they're changing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. Uh, on the descriptions of everything, it says every level remade with the 2-minute timer or something like that. And now everyone's thinking that the goals are gone. But then somewhere else in one of the descriptions, it says career goals and the game's remade exactly how it was. So I don't.
Could it be both?
It's contradicting to itself. It could be, but
Could they
like
do like yeah, like
the thing
the
about them adding a 2-minute timer, there's a big YouTuber, a Tony Hawk YouTuber. He's not like big, but his name's like Andy. It's like Andy THPS is his YouTube name, and he was a consultant on One Plus Two, and he also was like one of the lead designers on Tony Hawk's Underground 1 and 2. And people are very worried that he wasn't involved in this at all because he was a big consultant on 1+2, and like he's like the Tony Hawk guy, where it's like he knows exactly how these games should feel, exactly what the fan base wants from these games, exactly what to do. And so like they probably should have consulted him, but like there's got to be other people out there that can do that, you know? It's not like he's like the only one
Making
that
the
could make
game?
a Tony
Yeah.
Hawk game, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, but his biggest worry coming into that was that they were gonna cut corners and put a 2-minute timer in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 because it would be a lot more work. You know, you would have to re-record NPC lines and stuff like that, and just a whole bunch of other shit. It's not. This is
Well,
why.
let me ask you this:
Yeah, go ahead.
can those maps just be played with a 2-minute timer without doing anything to the maps? And then
It's
can they
gonna
do
be
a separate
hard
mode?
because the maps are bigger in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4.
That's what I
You
was
know,
curious
so
about.
it's
Yeah.
not shoehorning a 2-minute timer into that is gonna feel weird and it's gonna feel off, and you're kind of gonna break the game. And yeah, so that's the big worry now is if that's what they're doing, because you're completely changing what Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 is. Then is if that's what you're doing. It's also just weird to me because like if you guys are remaking the game, it seems like extra work to take those things out and then put in a 2-minute timer with different goals. So it's, I don't know, it's very odd, but yeah, this is exactly like what that guy was theorizing, was that if they were gonna cut corners anywhere, they're gonna shoehorn a 2-minute timer into 4 and get rid of the NPCs and all that shit, which is kind of takes away like a lot of the heart of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. So there's definitely some pushback here on everybody being like super excited. It's up in the air whether they're still there or not. I'm very hopeful that they're still there because like, man, taking that out would be like, I don't even know. I'm trying to think, like taking out the Colossuses and the Shadow of the Colossus remake. You know, it's like really like that big a deal where it's like you're completely changing the game here. You know, like take out the cutscenes of like a Resident Evil 4 remake or something like that. You know, it's like you're completely taking away what a lot of that game is if you change it to that. So I don't know. It's
I guess there's still a lot of time they can like clarify.
yeah, and no,
Before the game
and like I
comes out?
said, the descriptions have been like contradicting themselves,
Mhm.
you know, a little bit with whether or not they're there. It's weird. No one from the dev team has said anything yet. From what I've seen, maybe they have today, and I just haven't seen it yet. But yeah, so that's where we're at. Regardless, man, I'm just super excited that this franchise is continuing. That something's happening here. We're getting 3+4.
I
And
mean,
yeah,
next
I'm
would be the
fucking
Undergrounds,
stoked.
right?
Oh God, if that happens, man, that's it. That's it. Game of the year wrapped. If that happens, Daniel, I don't care what year that happens. It's over.
Yeah, I mean those are super liked as well, and that's kind of where it stops with like the super liked ones, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, a lot of people like American Wasteland a lot. I like American Wasteland a lot too, but that one is just like one giant open world with like its own story wrapped in and stuff like that. And then you get the Project 8 after that, and that one's bad. And then they're all bad after that.
Okay, so maybe they do something with like Wasteland, maybe.
Yeah, maybe you could do something with Wasteland. I think like there would probably be enough people complaining about not having a remake of Wasteland if we get to Underground 1 and 2. That they'd probably go ahead and do Wasteland, but you got to stop after that. There's no way you do Project 8 because no one really likes that one.
No.
Yeah. So yeah, all very interesting. I know the Bam Margera thing's a big thing to other people too.
Yeah, so can you clarify what that is again? I can't remember.
Not really. Like I don't know that much about it. I don't really keep up with what's going on with Bam Margera. I know he's just in like a very bad place with like drugs and everything.
Yeah, so he's
and,
just not in number 3. Is that what it is?
yeah. I mean, technically he should be in 3 and 4 as a character.
Okay.
But yeah. So he won't be there. But yeah, I don't know if that's like a him thing or if that's a publisher thing saying, hey, we don't want to deal with this guy. Or what.
Probably.
Yeah, probably a little bit of both, if I had to guess. I mean, in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2, there's a map where they put all the covers up for every game as like a memorial type thing. And the cover of Tony Hawk's Underground 2 should have Tony Hawk and Bam on it, but they erased Bam from the cover on it, so it's just Tony Hawk standing there. Yeah, so clearly he doesn't have a very good relationship with them. I don't think he has a very good relationship with Tony Hawk himself now these days.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, even if you remember Jackass 4, he was nowhere to be seen. So
No, he wasn't. Yeah,
So yeah, I don't.
they really didn't even talk about him. I don't think.
So yeah, I mean, it's upsetting. Like that sucks. A character that was in the originals isn't gonna be in it, but is what it is.
Yeah, they'll replace him with like all the classics, and then some newer skaters. Like Riley, and then that guy that was on that
I wonder if they
radio
get the
show.
Underground remakes, what they do, because he's a huge part of Underground too. And like he's in all the cutscenes. He's like the second lead in Underground too. So
Hmm.
yeah, I wonder what they do there. They'd have to like just replace him with
Just
someone else.
that's Tony
Yeah,
Hawk.
yeah, some other. Well, Tony Hawk's because it's like a team rival thing in Tony Hawk's Underground too. So it's Tony Hawk's team versus Bam Margera's team, and that's
Oh,
like the story of the game. So you'd have to
it has to be
just
Rodney
get some
Mullen.
other. Yeah, anyone. I don't know who they'd get. Any big skater. I don't know who the fuck they want. You could even get someone that's not a skater, but I don't know. I don't know what they do at that point.
Somebody that's not a skater.
Yeah,
Doomslayer.
the Rock. Oh, Doomslayer would be fucking
Yeah.
dope. I'd play that.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? I think everyone would be happy with that.
Hmm.
So yeah, man, here we are. I'm very excited. This is awesome to see. I love that we're not far out from it too. It's like coming out right in
That's what
July.
we said when we were talking about the Call of Duty thing. Was like,
Yeah.
yeah, just let it come out. Yeah, they could still come out this year and
Well,
all
the
that.
rumor
So.
according to that one guy was that it was going to get shadow dropped at the
Oh,
Xbox
right.
thing. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I wonder if that was happening at one point, just with how close the release date is. Like, I wonder if they were
It's like a
thinking
month
about that at one
separate.
point. Yeah, I bet they were thinking about that at one point, but then just decided against it and decided to do a marketing
I
thing.
think July is great.
Yeah, and I like the marketing lead up that they're doing here. I think they can make it a substantial deal and get a lot of people to buy it, especially with it being on literally everything day one.
It's gonna be a big part of the showcase
Yeah,
for sure.
huge part of the showcase. Hype it up there, and I mean they've already been doing a pretty good job marketing this thing. Like the lead up to this trailer was actually a pretty big deal. Like I don't
Yeah,
know if you
and
saw
Call of
like
Duty's great.
in Call of Duty, and then he did like different pictures around the world. There was one on like a bus in London that said like
I did
loading
not
new
see this.
skaters. There was one in Tokyo where like they lit up Tokyo, and it was like
I only
loading
saw
new
one of those
parks.
pictures.
Yeah, so they're going all in with the marketing, which I'm happy to see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's I'm excited to play it.
Yeah, man, can't wait. Coming to Game Pass too, which is awesome. I mean, hell of a year for Microsoft here. That
Hmm.
with all this, it's good thing to see.
I
Good thing to
mean,
see. Someone at Microsoft must be a big Tony Hawk fan because they got this going quick.
yeah,
They were
yeah.
like, let's get on that one.
It's probably Phil.
I
That's probably
hope it's
Phil.
Phil. Phil was just like, hey Tony, let's get going here. 3+4, we need it.
I mean,
The
we
people
say
want
that
it.
this is a big year for them. Like, I feel like this is kind of if they can keep all these developers going, like we're gonna get like 5 games a year from them, like every
Oh,
year.
yeah,
Like that's how many people that they have under their belt. Like
yeah, yeah. It
there's
is
so
so
many
many now
studios.
where it's just like, yeah, there's no reason you guys couldn't be doing this.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right, cool to see. All right, yeah. I don't got anything more to say on it. Looking forward to it. Demo coming out in June, so I'll be all over it.
They say what the demo is.
I don't believe so. I don't believe so. But
What
yeah,
was the 1+2 demo?
it was
Was it just one
yeah, it
map
was just one map. It was just warehouse, and
warehouse?
that was a throwback to like the demo you would get on like one of the fucking discs, for
Oh, right.
PS1. Yeah, and yeah, that's always what that was. So that's what they were doing there, and I imagine it'd just be something similar here.
Hmm.
All right, cool. We will continue on then. Next up, two new games have been announced from PlayStation's India Hero Project, a third-person action game. Yeah, I think it's just action game. Might have been action adventure, whatever. Called Bloody Boots, and then a 3D platformer where you can create your own levels called Loco. Both games are now in development for PS5 and PC. Daniel, India Hero Project, getting some games here.
Yeah, I wish that they showed more of the games. But I just thought this was notable because we keep talking about the China Hero Project over
Yeah.
there. So I think it was notable of like actually getting the first few games from the India Hero Project. I don't. Did they? They didn't give any details on time for release.
No, it
Or,
was just both in development now. Yeah.
okay. Yeah. The platforming one is the one that seemed interesting to me. They kind of sounded very dreamsy or like Mario Maker. You're just creating levels, and maybe people can play them and stuff.
Yeah, it's what
Very
came to mind
curious
for
about
me.
that.
It was Mario Maker. It's like a 3D Mario Maker. That's a cool idea.
Mhm.
It's it can get very complicated when you do stuff like that, but that could be really fun. We'll keep an eye on that one. And yeah,
Mhm.
these both just seem like smaller indie type projects, which is cool. But Yeah, it's cool to see the games coming out of India and stuff like that. I can't even think of like a big game that's coming out of India. It's few and far
Um,
between.
yeah, yeah. Nothing comes straight to my head, but I'm sure there's something.
Yeah, there's probably stuff out there. Yeah, but yeah, cool to see. I like the name Bloody Boots.
Bloody boots. Yeah.
That's cool. Continuing on, I didn't know what to write for this one. Is this a new? So PlayStation's doing some type of beta program now.
Yes.
So this is like a new thing. Okay.
Yeah. So they let me click into it. They're doing like a thing where you can like go through PlayStation for betas and stuff. Um, yeah. All right. Let me click into PlayStation blog article.
So is it betas of games or is it betas of like PlayStation stuff? Like
I
is it
think it's
like
betas of
beta? Can you
PlayStation
bait?
games.
Yeah, can you beta test the next update or whatever the fuck? Like, is it just like that type of thing?
I think this is a way to get into like betas for their first party launch games and stuff.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Interesting.
And I'm reading the
We'll let Daniel read. Yeah, I've never really been super into one of these beta programs. I'm always just
eh,
scared that these are gonna like brick my fucking console. You know, like
yeah,
what if the beta goes wrong?
it doesn't say first party games. So maybe this is just a way to this is seemingly maybe a way to participate in any of the betas that are coming to the console and then just say get everything all access together. If that makes any sense.
Okay, interesting. Well, if you want to sign up for the PlayStation beta, you can go to the PlayStation website. You can sign up right there. New beta
Yeah.
program.
Yeah, it's also coming to this beta program's also coming to PC. I
Interesting.
find interesting.
I am not a beta, so I will not be participating. I'm alpha.
Okay.
Continuing on there. PlayStation has laid off an undetermined amount of workers at their visual arts studio. The visual arts studio is connected to the San Diego team, I believe. They like work in the same building there or whatever. And this is majority of a support studio.
Mhm.
They worked on like The Last of Us remasters and stuff like that. And yeah, now an undetermined amount of them are being laid off. So
I
who
mean, they've
knows how
even
many
worked on
even
like
work there
not
still.
exclusives. Like, am I like correct me if I'm wrong? Didn't this team help with what's that horror game? Um, Glenn Schofield's game.
Oh, Callisto Protocol?
Yeah,
Yeah, could have been. I
Callisto.
remember
Didn't
seeing like
didn't didn't
PlayStation Studios working on that.
yeah.
Yeah,
It,
maybe
I
it was
think this
them.
team even helped with that. So I think they're just like a support studio that just helps people in that area.
Hmm.
Um, which that kind of sucks because PlayStation definitely needs their support teams. Like that's they have a lot of them. Like cutting another team, PlayStation's been laying off a lot of people.
Yeah, I always remember this team because this was always the rumored they're gonna pick up Uncharted team. It was like, oh, this team's
Oh,
actually gonna expand out and become like an actual first party team and then make Uncharted. That was always the rumor with these guys, from what I remember. But that's not happening now. So yeah, who knows? It's always been a bit of a weird team. These guys were the ones originally developing the Last of Us Part One remake, and then it was like Naughty Dog took it over from them. If you remember,
hmm.
like they were developing an Uncharted
I,
remake,
I I vaguely
and
remember
then they
that.
transitioned into the Last of Us remake, and then Naughty Dog was like, nope, and then they took it. Uh, yeah, that's the big things I remember from this team. But yeah, sucks to see. More people getting laid off. I feel like we could do just like a little bit every week of the companies that are getting laid off. We just name them
I
all
need to
off.
make a new jingle.
Say goodbye. Yeah, make a little jingle, because it's just week after week, month after month, year after year at this fucking point. We've been doing this since 2023. It's just every week we're talking about layoffs. So, yet another one.
Honestly, even 2020. Yeah, yeah, you're right. 2023 since then.
Speaking of layoffs, we got more for you. Ballistic Moon Studios, the makers of the Until Dawn remake, have been effectively shut down. It seems only the studio's founders are the ones that still remain. I couldn't tell how many founders there were. They said
Hmm.
co-founders, so I'm assuming two, but not entirely
At
sure.
least a few.
So Ballistic Moon running around, two people now. They
Right.
they put out one game. It was an Until Dawn remake, which no one wanted, and there you go.
Didn't even like get a chance to do anything really.
Yeah, it's interesting
Interesting.
because like you're a new team, right? And you're probably fishing around for projects and stuff to do, and then Sony asks you to make an Until Dawn remake, and you just jump on that, And it seemed like they were expecting more funds from Sony after this, but
Yeah.
I think this just didn't go well, and
Well, they didn't even
Sony was like,
release
"Nah, we out."
like they should have just released this game around the movie. Like, why did the remake need to come out when it did last
Sure.
year?
Yeah, I don't know if that would have
'Cause the
helped at
movie
all.
this year, right?
I mean, they released it. I don't know, like the two. You're right with the movie, but then they also released it around Halloween, and it feels like one of those two periods would have been the
Yeah.
most beneficial for that game. But I mean, I don't really expect that movie to be big at all, so I don't really think it would have helped with the game. Uh,
It,
I
it's
mean,
at
what they
least
should have done is not remade Until Dawn.
no, you're right.
It's I don't know, maybe do something else.
Until Dawn 2.
Something people want. That's coming. But yeah, so I don't know. It's a shame. It's
Yeah,
a shame.
is it coming now though? Because this team's gone. Wouldn't you
The rumor
expect
is
this team to be the
Fire.
one?
What's the Fire PlayStation team that's
Fire
still?
Sprite?
Is that the one that's still alive? Was Firewalk the one that made Concord and got shut down?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
Fire Sprite is supposedly making an Until Dawn 2, which was teased at the
Hmm.
end of this remake.
Was the last thing they did the VR game?
Fire Sprite.
Yeah.
Did
Didn't they
made
do
the
the
Horizon
Horizon?
thing?
Yeah.
I think. I don't fucking know. I can't keep it.
Pretty sure
Can't
it's
keep it
them.
straight anymore. Why does PlayStation need two teams that start with fire? Well, I guess
Somebody
that's
should
why.
be
That's why they
fire.
shut. That's why they shut one down. I guess. Never mind.
Yeah.
That was the final nail in the coffin. They were like, oh shit. Haruki Totoki was reading it. It was like, why do we
Yeah,
have two
Hiroki came
teams
in. He said,
with the word
"No,
fire?
no two fire teams.
No two fire. No. We're shutting one of them.
You're done.
And then he was like, "Oh, this one made Concord. Oh, okay, yeah. Bye bye."
Bye.
But yeah, shame to see. I don't know. It's not like anyone beloved fucking Ballistic Moon or anything like that. But yeah, I don't know. Just more people losing jobs.
It's a cool
Sucks.
name.
I like it too.
Yeah.
Ballistic Moon. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, maybe the two founders will build back up again. I don't know. Who knows? I guess it's not completely over.
Yeah, if somebody's still in that office.
Yeah, they're there. So I don't know. Watch Ballistic Moon just go on to become like the best thing ever. I'm
Hmm.
pulling for you, Ballistic Moon. All right, continuing on then. Neil Druckmann has recently commented on The Last of Us Part 3, saying, why is like I don't know, that's weird. Let me click in here
You did
and then
that.
I'll get you
Not
to.
me.
Yeah, but it's like, why is it like, what's it called when things are invisible? Translucent?
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. Let me find the quote for you. I'm sorry. Where is the quote? What did he say? I guess from Neil Druckmann himself. I guess the only thing I would say regarding The Last of Us Part 3 is don't bet on there being more of Last of Us. This could be it. End quote. Regarding
Yeah,
Last
I
of
thought
Us
that was
Part 3.
interesting.
Yeah, I don't believe him for a second. But
Yeah, because I feel like as much as we think Neil has a lot of say and sway, I think like if Hiroki walked in there and he said, "You're making another one," like yeah, they're probably gonna force him to make another one, right? Like if it's that much of a
I don't
moneymaker.
think it's that. I mean, Neil Druckmann himself has teased The Last of Us Part 3 multiple times now and has said that there's another story to be told. I think he knows damn well what he's doing. He's just trying to sway everyone off from the chance of there ever being another Last of Us game, so that when The Last of Us Part 3 does get announced, it's more of a shock and surprise,
That's
and
fair.
people are
Yeah.
hyped. That's it. I wouldn't be surprised if The Last of Us Part 3 is in development right now.
At least like in pre-production or something.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, Neil, I'm not calling you a liar, but you ain't telling the truth here, bud.
Mm.
I just seriously doubt that. It's where Last of Us Part 2 left off. is a complete opening for a third game. There are questions left unanswered, stories left untold, a lot of things in that world and with the characters that we don't know and we need answers to. And he
Yeah,
set
definitely
up
more
those
open
answers.
than
He set
one.
up those questions in part 2 and setting up a part 3. Like he
Yeah.
knows that, and yeah, there'll be a part 3 one day. I don't know when, I don't know where, but I think it'd be cool if they like held off for a long ass
Yeah,
time. You know, like
they're
it'd be
making a
cool.
new IP.
Yeah, like I'd be down not to get Last of Us Part 3. I mean, at this point, we're definitely not getting it till the 2030s, but like, I'd be down for like wait another 10 years and then give us Part 3. That'd be cool. Like,
I'm for sure with you. Like
yeah,
I'd say do maybe like an intergalactic sequel and then go back to it. You know?
yeah, yeah.
Do
That's what I
something
see
like
thrown
that.
around a lot too. I guess let's all wait and see how Intergalactic does, like
I'm
what
just
it
throwing it
is.
out
And
there.
like,
Either do that
yeah,
or
no, I know what
another
you
new
mean.
game,
Yeah,
something like that. And
preferably
then
Intergalactic comes out, it's the best thing ever, and then they get right on a sequel, and we get that 4 years later or whatever.
yeah.
That'd be great. That'd be
And
the
then Neil's
ideal
like,
there,
it's about time. Let's do part 3.
right? Especially because by then everyone would be like super hyped. The fan base would be craving it, right? It's like we're
The
getting.
show's in its 10th season.
Who knows what they're doing? That does worry me. Is does the
Mhm.
show go ahead and make part 3? Of the
HBO's like, we
continuation of
need that
that.
money.
Right, exactly. Do they pull a Game of Thrones here and fucking do it without the writer? I could 100% see HBO doing that, especially if the show continues to be successful. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see for all that. I know damn well HBO wants a part 3. They're like, let's get
Mhm.
going on this, bud. We
Yeah,
need that.
TikTok,
Yeah,
PlayStation. What are you
we
doing?
need that shit. We already got the second season rolling. Like, let's go. So yeah, I would expect a Last of Us Part 3. Make a kart racer. What do they
That'd be
always call the
sick.
Last of Us one? I can't remember. I know Uncharted is always uncarded.
Uncarded.
I forget what the Last of Us one is. There's a funny one with the Last of Us. Can't remember. But yeah, that's what they should have done. Naughty Dog should always go 3 games in the series, then the kart racer, then you move on. So it should always be,
What
in my
about
opinion.
a platform fighter with like everyone? PlayStation needs to do that.
Do they? Do they?
Yeah.
I don't think you do. I don't think you do. I think that'll just end up horribly because no one can make Smash like the one did.
Higher.
And at this point, Smash is just video games.
Well,
Pretty
then
much.
throw all your characters in there and let Sakurai
Yeah,
do it.
yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be
Let the
cool.
new
I mean,
Smash
do we
have
get a new
everyone.
Smash though? That's a big
Apparently,
question.
Sakurai's doing something.
Yeah, he's doing something. I saw that too. So
Yeah,
I don't
like
know.
that makes me excited. I don't know. Maybe he's
Wouldn't that be
returning to Kid
incredible
Icarus.
if the one of the launch games is a new Smash?
I would. I'd lose my mind.
That'd be sick. That'd be sick. Because you
Yeah.
gotta figure, if we're not getting a new Smash within like the first year, they're gonna port Ultimate right away, right? Not that they would
Oh,
need to
it's gonna
because
be
it's backwards
playable.
compatible.
Yeah.
Oh, but they're gonna port these things. See, I still think Nintendo. We're
There's a
gonna
deluxe
get.
version.
Yeah, dude, we're getting versions of Odyssey and Breath of the Wild and Smash
All the
and all
DLC.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and all that in a Switch 2 version. I
When
seriously doubt Nintendo's
when
not
did
going to
Sora
cash
come
in
out?
on that. Sora was the last one.
The
I remember
22 or
that.
23?
It must have been 22.
Okay,
I
so
feel
it's
like
been
23
3
is a bit
years
too
since they've
late.
done anything with Smash.
Yeah. Yeah, it is
Wow.
incredible.
So he's been doing something. Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't he make he doesn't he made
He did Kid
Kirby, right?
Icarus.
Originally?
Yeah, he's one of the
Okay.
the
But
creators.
was he
of Kirby.
involved in the Forgotten Land at all?
I don't think so.
You don't
He
think
might
so?
have like
Okay.
consulted maybe, but I don't think he was like any
Hands on
involved.
with
He could do a
Forgotten
new
City.
Kirby game. I
Isn't
think
that
that'd be exciting.
this guy's the one that's like always contemplating retirement, right?
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
every Smash since like Melee, he's like
Yeah.
wanted to retire.
He's like, all right, we gotta head out.
Yeah.
It must be a huge undertaking to make Smash, man. Make all those characters.
And he
control
does. Well, he
differently.
makes every decision himself. I think
Yeah. Yeah.
is what the crazy part is. And then he also did Kid Icarus Uprising.
Is that like the DS one or whatever?
That's that really cool 3DS one. I've always
Yeah.
wanted to play that game.
Yeah.
So maybe he could do another Kid Icarus game, another Kirby game.
That'd be cool. I'd be down
But
for that.
give him a small project to make before he goes back to like Smash again.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, what the hell were we talking about? Oh yeah, Last of Us Part 3. Whatever.
Whatever.
Whatever. Except that Rockstar has acquired developer Video Game Deluxe. Yes, that's their name, Video Game
Awful.
Deluxe. And then immediately rename them Rockstar Australia. Good on
Much
you,
better.
Rockstar.
Yeah.
'Cause what a horrible.
Like, wait a second. What is your name? Your developer name?
What you guys
No,
are calling yourself Video Game Deluxe? Why?
that sounds fake.
We make deluxe video games, you know.
Insane.
But anyways, I know it was like the lead designer or something of LA Noire or something is like the head of this studio.
Mm.
I said or something multiple times there. But yeah, so there's connections there. There's like former
Makes sense.
big Rockstar
They helped do the
employees
remakes,
there.
right?
Yeah, so they were helping on the definitive edition of the GTA games, the GTA trilogy or whatever. I don't think they made that because I think that was the other team, Rockstar
It was Grove Street.
Grove Street, yeah, which Rockstar also recently acquired or whatever.
Mhm.
It's yeah, Rockstar acquire.
They have a lot of support
uh,
studios.
God, what's their name? Remedy. Acquire Remedy. That'd be cool. You're gonna have to let them do their own thing still or whatever, but just acquire Remedy. Why not?
It's kind of funny that Rockstar acquires someone because they're owned by Take-Two.
Yeah, that is funny, right? And
Yeah.
then they just rename it Rockstar.
They're just do whatever they want to do. So
Yeah.
Take-Two's probably like, sure, whatever.
I mean, how much on the video game side of money? Like, what percentage do you think it is that Rockstar brings in for Take-Two?
Well, it's a lot because, like I said, Rockstar alone has like, I don't know. You probably have to look it up. How many support studios they have for themselves that are just like Rockstar in whatever city they're in. There's a bunch of them. So
Yeah, I'd imagine it's like 50% of the revenue that they make off video games is from
that's a
Rockstar.
good question. Well, they also have the 2K game that prints a lot of money.
Yeah, 2K Faction. Yeah,
I mean, Borderlands is huge.
for sure.
Um, I guess the golf game, which is what? That's the new one with Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
That one's probably doing pretty well the past couple years. Yeah, I don't know what else is gonna even make them that much. Nothing really, right?
Nothing really. I mean, you
Just a
figure,
basketball game.
yeah, you figure like Mafia and stuff like that is very minimal,
Yeah,
and
just Borderlands, really.
yeah, just Civ's pretty big, but
Yeah,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's probably like half the revenue Take-Two makes out of video games from Rockstar, which is pretty incredible.
and
With
just
all the-
GTA 5,
Just GTA 5, man.
just one game.
With how much that game just continues to sell, and then the amount of microtransactions that game sells. I mean, they must
They just
break
do
it in with
DLC
that
all the
game.
time.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I wonder with GTA 6 is like, what are they gonna do here to just keep people coming back and back? It's like,
All the support studios.
do they
the
have like
DLC.
another 10-year plan with GTA
Oh, for
6? I would bet they do. Yeah.
My
So,
question is, will they actually do any single player content?
that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
It's funny though, because like the GTA 5 content, you could play that single player and you still get cutscenes and
there's
story and
story.
stuff like that. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I'll be more open to those with GTA 6 and just like play those when I'm craving GTA and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I hope that they do more single player content like that. I don't think they need to do that much, but have like a big expansion type
Mm.
thing. Like, add stuff to the map, something like that.
I'm so curious to get more info about GTA 6, man. Like, I just want to know what
Everyone
are we
is.
doing here.
Everyone
Yeah, I wonder if like when the online portion will come out, is it going to be a day and date thing? Is it going to be that typical 2-week thing or whatever? Or did they go even further now? Like, I could see a world where the single player portion of GTA 6 comes out this year, and then like early next year online comes out.
It was like a
something
month,
that.
wasn't it?
For Red Dead. Yeah, Red Dead.
No,
was,
for what
for
was it for
5?
GTA 5? Yeah,
I think
a few
GTA
weeks, or
5
was it a
was
month?
like the 2 weeks, if I remember
Okay,
correctly.
and then
And then Red Dead was like closer to a month.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I can see them doing something like that.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if the game's late October and then we get GTA Online.
December.
Even like January, I was thinking like January, February, March around there. But yeah, maybe December too. I don't know. It's
So they're gonna take a whole like 5-month period. Don't release anything.
I could, yeah, right. We're gonna have 2 giant launches. You guys gotta be fucking shitting your pants over because we're having the single player portion, and then we'll launch the online portion. And
Yeah.
the entire rest of the industry is fucked either way.
They just put their arms up and walk away. All right.
Everybody, we got video games for the next 6 months. All right, y'all can have it back after.
Now, good luck with your game.
Right. Good luck. You're all fucked. All right. Our last news story is there's an unannounced Respawn FPS game that may be canceled. I didn't see this.
Yeah, this is just hot off the presses.
Okay, breaking news.
Yeah.
Let's click in here. An unannounced first-person shooter multiplayer game has been canceled at Respawn Entertainment. This news comes via former production coordinator of the studio, Emil Evans. Okay. In a LinkedIn post, blah blah blah. Okay, so no word on what this is, but
No.
yet another Respawn game has been canceled. Another first-person one, which
They
is
might
very
be
odd.
consolidating into like not as many projects,
Yeah, a little
but
bit,
it's
because this
starting to
goes
seem like.
along with the first-person Star Wars game that got canceled
Yeah.
out of them last year, which we got a lot of details from. But yeah, this seemingly is. Please don't be Titanfall 3. Jesus Christ, I just thought of that.
I'm gonna
Uh,
I'm gonna murder someone if that's the case.
they canceled Titanfall 3.
Where's
Die.
Titanfall 3?
Die. What if it's ready? It's like ready to go, Titanfall 3, and they drop it the same day as Battlefield and Call of Duty. What if we do
Then
that, guys? What if
we
we
need
do
to
that?
rally.
You know?
We need to rally and
You know,
not buy
execs at
those other
EA are
two.
just like, that'll work, you know? Like, oh, let's do it
That's a
again.
great idea.
Let's do it again. 10 years
It
later,
didn't
we'll
work
do it
last
again.
time. We got to try it again.
But this time, guys, you know, this
Yeah.
time. Let's write it. Let's put it out the same day as GTA 6.
Everyone's gonna want to buy Ark.
Right. I mean, who wouldn't want it? You're going to see GTA 6 on the shelf right next to Titanfall 3. Of course, you're going to pick up Titanfall 3. I honestly would. I don't know. But maybe not. I'd get both. I'd get both. But
You definitely would get both.
yeah, I would 100% get both. So yeah, another Respawn game in the can.
Yeah. I'm curious what they're doing.
I mean, clearly a third Star Wars Jedi game, right? I
Mhm.
imagine that
No
team's hard at
Stig
work
though,
on that.
which that's
Yeah,
good.
no Stig is worrisome with that. We'll see if they can continue on with a new director there.
hmm
And then yeah.
Apex still.
Yeah, Apex still. Yeah. Is that going strong these days? Do you know? Do you keep up with that at all?
It's I don't keep up. I haven't really kept up really since launch.
Yeah,
Um, but people are still playing the game a
still
lot.
playing it. It's got to be one of those, you know, I
And it's been
listened
6
to
years.
Did you listen to that Matt Piscatella interview with Greg Miller on Kind of Funny at all? It was like a couple weeks back now.
Yeah, that was I saw like a little bit of it, not the whole thing.
Yeah, crazy. I think he was saying, what was it? It was like 60% of people are just on 10
The
games.
same few games.
Yeah, the same few games. And anyway, I wonder if Apex is one of those games. It probably is.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean,
Yeah.
it's what, like Call of Duty, Madden, FIFA, Fortnite. That's 4 right there. GTA,
GTA, yeah. PUBG, I think is pretty big now.
PUBG.
Yeah. And what, Apex
It
and
still is. Apex.
maybe Rocket League. I don't know if Rocket League's that big, but
Yeah, I mean League,
oh yeah,
Marvel
League. Yeah.
Rivals, Dota, stuff like that. That's
I'm
good.
trying to get my League friend to play Split Fiction with me, and I don't know how that's gonna go.
I thought we were playing.
We can. I don't. We're gonna have to
We
figure out a
played.
day. That's gonna be
Yeah,
difficult.
that's gonna be the hardest thing.
Yeah, that's gonna be difficult. We'll have to carve out some time. But
Me
yeah,
and you played It
I
Takes Two.
totally. I'd much prefer to play with you. I'd much prefer to play with someone that plays actual games. But
Other games.
yeah, like knows what they're doing.
Yeah, we could try to find a time. Yeah, when does it release?
Today,
It's soon, right?
it's like right
Oh,
now.
it's
I think
today.
it just
Okay.
came out. Yeah,
Oh, all right.
yeah.
Cool.
Great reviews on Split Fiction, by the way.
hmm
Like a 90 on Open Critics. So hey, go Joseph
90.
Fares, man.
I mean, just let him do whatever he wants to do. You see that commercial?
Oh, with the
I
like
posted in
Discord
the
thing.
Discord.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
Isn't that
Maybe
awesome?
maybe I'll go find someone on there. Shit,
They'll ship you a friend or
Yeah,
whatever.
give me
it
a
was.
friend. Yeah, convert him in, invite him over, turn him down.
Yeah, I guess the next step for them would be to have like matchmaking as an
Yeah,
option.
yeah. I guess you could do that, huh?
Would be like another step. Maybe for the next game, see if that's like a thing that they could do.
This one should be easier than ever because of the
It's
crossplay.
everywhere.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
everywhere and crossplay, right? So
Yeah.
that would make a lot of sense. I'm excited for it, man. I really want to play it. It's sounds like you just knocked it out of the park again.
hmm Yeah, so excited. Looks great.
Daniel, that will do it for the news of the week. We can now move on to what we've been playing. Daniel, what have you been playing?
I beat Silent Hill 2.
Hey.
I didn't have much further. to go in that game. Yeah, it's great. It's definitely one of the better stories in a horror game. If you consider like maybe Alan Wake 2, if that's considered like a, would you consider that a horror game?
Yeah, 100%.
Alan Wake 2 might be up there. And they're both in kind of different ways. Silent Hill might be just more emotional. Alan Wake 2 is definitely a more fun story in a horror game. It's very weird, and um, I think I might like Alan Wake 2 a little bit more. I think the gameplay is a little bit better. Um, I like the puzzles in Alan Wake 2 more, but Silent Hill 2 is awesome. It's a great game. Very dark. That last scene with Angela. Um, yeah, even like the kind of final, um, not like big spoilers, but the final like monologue from Mary at the end. I think it was very emotional. Kind of getting the full side of her, what she was thinking the whole time. Um, I got an ending where I left with Laura.
Yeah.
That tells you
That
kind
seems
of
to
what
be
I
like the
got.
base one majority of people get.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one I got
Um,
too.
yeah. Did you go and try to get other endings?
No, I kind of want to go back and try to get the platinum on it one day, but yeah, no, not at the moment. I don't like going back to those immediately because
Sure.
it's funny because like I was talking about with Resident Evil 2 where like it just completely breaks the game when you go for like the platinum or something like that or the multiple runs and like you get
Hmm.
all these like cool unlockables with other weapons and you know
That is the point of
the
Resident Evil, though. Yeah,
yeah, the
getting the
sense of
RPG
yeah,
and
no, it is, but like it's the sense of fear is
oh, for
completely
sure,
gone in
for
the
sure.
next, which is such a huge
You're
part of
just
these
running
games.
around, Mr.
Right, you're
X.
just running around. You don't even give a fuck about the thing jumping out at you or whatever. You already know, like,
Yeah.
oh, this thing's gonna pop out behind this corner and blah 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 and all that. So it's yeah, I never have the want to go like right back into those games immediately after because it's always such like a tension filled task when you play through these
Mm,
types of games.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, the weapon I killed things with the most was the pipe.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
just beating people.
Oh
I
yeah, yeah.
I
When you
think you
try to
told me to
save
start
ammo,
shooting
and you're
more.
just like,
Yeah,
yeah, you
yeah.
do get like a good amount of ammo. I did the same thing. Like towards the end, I was like, oh, okay, I should probably just start shooting people more.
Because like there's kind of a bit of a boss rush at the end, not like a crazy one, but you do fight a lot more bosses, like kind of back to back to back
Yeah.
there. Um, so that's kind of when I started like, all right, I'm gonna use some more ammo. I started using the shotgun. I really didn't use the rifle much. It was just I don't know.
Yeah, you don't get it till the jail, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you get it in the jail.
yeah.
Yeah, I would
If
with
it's in the locker.
when those fuckers would crawl on like the wall and the ceiling, then I would like try to aim at them
Oh
before they even
yeah,
get to me. Yeah, shoot them down. That was nice.
yeah. That might have been a good section for them.
I
I was
love
just running past those
the
guys.
imagery of like slight spoilers here, but like I love the imagery of the two pyramid heads when you're fighting both of them, and then like after you kill them, they both like kneel down with the thing. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
that looks
yeah,
so fucking cool. It's like fucking metal, man. You know?
yeah. Can you explain to me what the different like fruit was? So like in two different sections of the game, you can like put either a rotten one or a regular one.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
So
don't
one
know.
was like the mirror or whatever. You like it was like that area.
I'm
You could put
assuming
like
that's a thing that will lead into different endings, because I
yeah.
know the different
So
endings are all like little things like that. Like if you pick up something here and not there, you'll get a different ending or something like
mhm,
that. Or like you got to do like multiple of those type of things. So yeah, I'm assuming that all like led to a different ending or something.
interesting.
Some of
Okay, yeah, I didn't
James
know.
putting his fucking hand in all these weird holes.
Two
This
things.
guy.
Two things. Number one, why is he putting his hand in every hole he
Put your
finds,
hand in there.
or in the fridge or in the toilet or whatever? He needs to stop doing that. And number two, how many times is he going to jump into a hole when you can't see down there?
Oh my god, the one big one too.
Yeah. What are you doing?
You know what's hilarious was the really long staircase in that one part.
I was gonna turn
Oh,
around.
I was literally like, "Is the game broke? Like, what is going on right now?" Like,
What is it with Konami and letting that happen? Because in in Snake Eater, Metal Gear Solid, there's the ladder that you climb forever, and you get the song,
Oh,
the
is
Snake Eater
there?
song.
Oh, interesting. That's cool. I wonder if
You
that's
never seen that before?
like a throwback to that. No, I've never seen that. That's funny though.
Yeah, there's like a ladder kind of. I forget what part of the game it is, and you're just climbing. And it's a forever,
They should
and it
lean
just
into
plays
it in
the
like
theme.
every Konami game you do some
Yeah,
really long mundane thing like that.
yeah,
It
in
reminded
the
me
new
of the
remake, gonna
staircase
have it.
in FF7 remake where you're climbing up the Shinra building and
Oh
it takes
yeah,
forever. Yeah. That's what it reminded me of.
you could like take the elevator and stop if you want.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, Silent Hill 2 beaten. Nice.
Hmm.
Have you been playing anything else then?
Yeah, I think I'm like 3.5 hours into Like a Dragon,
Oh, sick.
the pirate one. Yeah, I'm still so early in the game. Like I have my ship though, my pirate ship, and a little bit of a crew. You kind of start with like a little bit of a crew, but I haven't been able to like recruit anyone yet. So I'm not sure like how you recruit people, and all that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, you play as Majima. You know, Majima, the everyone's favorite character. He has amnesia, which I didn't realize in the trailers. So he doesn't know that he's Majima.
Of course he does.
Yeah, because of course. Um, so I guess like a part of the story is going to be him like getting his memory back somehow. I have no idea how.
Yeah, figure it out.
Um,
Coconut will hit him in the head or whatever. He gets it all back.
yeah, he gets stranded on this island, and this little boy finds you. And he has a pet cat that's a tiger, but it's a cat, and you like
Is it like a
find.
tiny tiger?
Yes, it's like this little
Like
one,
a
but then
cat-sized tiger?
yes, it's still like a baby,
Okay.
and he calls it a cat, but it's definitely a tiger. But he keeps
Okay.
calling it a cat. That's definitely going to be a running joke in the game.
That's great. That's just great.
Yes.
Have you done any of the ship combat yet? I'm curious how
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
controls. Is that how does that feel?
It feels pretty solid. It's so far I don't have too many like things I could do. You have like a machine gun that shoots like straight forward, and then you have cannons that'll shoot to the left or to the right.
Okay.
Um, then you can also, I forget what button it is, you can like hop out of like steering mode, and that's how you like revive like your crew members that are down. And they give you like an RPG that you can just shoot as Majima and also do that. So while your ship is not moving, you still can, because you're the one that has to like do the inputs to attack too.
Right.
So while you're like reviving people, they at least give you an RPG to like keep attacking, which is pretty cool. Yeah, there's even like circular like boost things to go through the ocean. You also have like a normal boost you can get like gas barrels to like get more boost and stuff. Um, there are little islands. There's like a treasure map you get from like the ex-captain of the ship. You stole his ship, basically, or you beat him up for his ship. And he has like a map of different like treasures that he has around the world. Um, so I've done a couple of those,
Oh,
but
that's cool. Some like
I'm
clock
not in like
type thing.
exactly. I'm not in like a very open section of the game yet. Like things are still blocked off. I'm still very early, so I can't just explore the ocean yet. But I did get one. Like it's really the first treasure you get. It's a part of the. They make you. It's how all the Like a Dragon games are. They'll introduce a mechanic, and then you do one immediately. So they made me do one of the treasures really quickly, and you get a ring for it. And Majima can like actually have 10 rings total. Like I guess that's the equipment. So I know you played 7 and 8. You have like a headpiece and your chest piece and
Yeah.
stuff. I think he only wears rings,
Okay.
and you get
Just give
10
him
rings.
all those type of stats.
They give him stats. It
Yeah.
seems like, yeah. So I think the one ring I have now, I think is more about ship stuff, something like that. I have to look at it. I can't remember, but I haven't found any other rings yet or anybody that sells them. So I don't know where you find them if they're just treasure. Yeah, I haven't really seen anyone else yet. Obviously Majima doesn't remember anything, so he doesn't. But I am going to I don't remember how to say it. Is it Nele or Nele
I think you had it closer the first
Island?
time, from what I
Nele?
remember. Yeah.
Okay. So that island is like where I'm headed right now.
Was that the
Um,
island that you like the Animal Crossing
end the
island?
game. No, I think that's where you end the game, right? Is that not right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And like the very last
The
couple
final
levels,
fight?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't that it?
It might have been. Yeah, I can't
In
remember
8?
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the island I'm headed to. But I know that you go to Hawaii. It's like
Yeah, I'd
Sloan was
assume
playing it
you'd go
too.
back to like Honolulu and all that, right?
hmm
Yeah.
I saw Sloan playing it. It looked like he was running around Hawaii.
Okay.
So I wasn't trying to like
Get there at some point.
get too much spoiled yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's still in the same chapter I am. So I think like going to Nele Island, like I think maybe you go right to Hawaii after that.
Right on. That makes sense.
Um, Yeah, so I know that there's a lot to do probably on just the mainland Hawaii as well, not just pirate stuff to do. So, like this seems to be a more meaty game than like a Dragon Gaiden, because that was a pretty small game. This seems to be like a full Yakuza game, or like a Dragon game that doesn't have the number on it,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. How much was it? Because I mean the man who raised his name was cheaper from what I
That was like
remember.
50. I
Yeah.
think this is 70.
This
I'm
is
pretty
70.
sure.
Yeah.
I think
So
this is a
there
full
you go.
price
That's
game.
probably a full Yakuza game. I'd imagine, however many hours those typically
Yeah.
are.
Maybe a little bit smaller, but like still like
Yeah, I don't
I mean
imagine
all
it's
these
like
games are
60
meaty.
hours like the mainline ones have been
Yeah.
recently, but it's probably closer to like 30, 40 or whatever.
For sure. It seems like there's a lot of like sub stories, which I'm excited to do those. Like have Majima be the main character of sub stories. That
Right.
sounds fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
Um, yeah, and the combat is the action combat. I just got the pirate stance, so I don't have
Okay.
like a lot of upgrades for it yet or anything like that. I can't even remember the name. It's like his stance is the Mad Dog stance, and then which is like more single target damage, and then the pirate one is more good for like mass killing enemies and stuff. He like has like an ability. You hold the attack button, he can throw his swords, and it like spins out, and you can like punch, and then he'll catch him back. Um, Man, the combat feels great. This is the first game I pretty sure that you actually have like a jump button, just a dedicated like you could do aerial combos in this game. You can like launch someone up and keep attacking.
Oh,
Um,
that's cool.
yeah, so it's like it's not quite like Devil May Cry,
Sure.
um, but like it's like getting there.
Inching closer.
Majima feels great. Like this is some of the best melee combat like they've had. I think the last one that they did was Lost Judgment, and that one was great too. It had a bunch of different stances and stuff. But I think this feels even better, and like I can't wait to see what other upgrades I can get. Um, yeah, I'm loving the game so far. You know, it's one of my favorite series. So playing as Majima is great. He's such a goofy guy. Um, yeah, I'm excited to keep going, and I want to play Monster Hunter. So I'm trying to get through this game. I think Sloan wants to play Monster Hunter with me. So
Cool. Oh yeah. Yeah, that just came out, huh?
yeah, last week.
That was last week. Yeah.
I think it was Friday, right?
Big reviews on that one too. I think it's at like a 90 in OpenCritic, so makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I know they sold. Would they say 8 million already?
In like 3 days. It's
Fucking
probably
nuts.
over 10
Nuts.
already.
Yeah,
I mean that
probably over
we
10
knew
by
that
now,
game was
yeah.
going to be huge.
Man,
We knew it.
That's gonna be the one to beat for sales of the year, I guess. Oh,
I mean, it's gonna be
yeah,
this and
GTA
Call
is
of
gonna
Duty and
blow it
GTA.
out of water, but yeah,
And
those probably
Pokemon.
will be the big three
Yeah, and Pokemon probably.
for sure. All right, cool. Yeah, I can't wait to hear more of the Like a Dragon.
Yeah, are you're not interested at all like in any way? Is it the combat? Like is that really
Yeah,
the biggest?
pretty much. It's
Hmm,
I just feel like if I was gonna play one of the action-based ones, I'd just go back and play them all. But
sure.
I don't really want to make that commitment.
And you don't really have that much of a connection to Majima, probably.
No, not really. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
other than what he's been in 7 and 8, right?
7 and 8, which
yeah,
is I
that's
guess he was
really it.
more in 8 than 7.
Yeah, yeah. I think with Like a Dragon, I'll just stick with the mainline turn-based ones and just go from there.
Sure.
You know,
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
I
lot
guess
a lot of
I'll have to
games.
let you know.
It's like
It's
come out with
the
one like
series
every
doesn't
fucking
stop.
year, so it's just like, all right, great. Like there's
Well,
like behind
I mean,
like 15 fucking games already, you
you're a
know.
part of the club now, so
Yeah, I am in there. I am in there. You know, I will play the Dave the Diver Ichiban DLC though. I will do that. That'll be my like a dragon. That'll be great. I hope they reference that in the game you're playing.
that would be so
Ichiban's on
insane.
a vacation somewhere.
Yeah,
Some guy named Dave. That'd be
dude
fun.
named Dave.
That'd be great. All right, yeah, I have been playing Death Stranding. I went back and I've been saying this for like over a year now that I
You
want to go
wanted
back
to go
before
back, yeah.
2 and go back and do it. And because yeah,
A
when this
new
game came out in
save?
20, yeah, new save. I'm not.
Okay,
I
okay.
gotta restart. There's no way I'm like remembering things from fucking 6
Sure,
years ago
sure,
at this
sure.
point. So yeah, I mean, I played this game back in 2019 when it first launched, and I fucking hated it, man. I didn't like the mechanics at all. I don't know if you remember, but like the lead up to the game was very weird because we didn't know what it was
Mhm. Yeah.
until it came out. Like it was very secretive, and like we saw images and like a bit of trailers and stuff like that. But I know I didn't. Maybe I just wasn't paying close enough attention. I didn't know it was this whole walking thing in going into the game. You know, I thought
I think
like
we knew a little bit closer to launch, but for all of those trailers, like the cinematic trailers, there wasn't gameplay in them. It was
yeah.
just weird story stuff
Yeah, because in
and
the trailers
monster
it's all
stuff.
weird stuff, and you see like a bit of the World War II elements and stuff like that in
Yeah,
the reveal trailers and stuff like
and the
that. And
freaky monsters
I
in them.
remember all that, and it was just the lead up to this was just like, what the fuck is this game? And then I think that's part of the reason why I didn't like it so much is
You're in a
when you
different
finally
headspace.
get it. Yeah, when you finally get it and you realize what it is, you're like, oh, this is what this game is, you know? And I think, and plus, like, it doesn't help that the beginning of this game is just begs you to ask what the fuck is going on right now. You know,
Mhm.
like literally first like 20 minutes of the game, Norman Reedus dies and blows up, right? Like everyone blows up and dies, like the other two characters that you meet. You all die, and then all of a sudden you're in a first person view and you see Norman Reedus' dead body, and you float over to there in a first person view, and you go down his throat and see a fucking baby in his stomach, and then all of a sudden you
I
wake up.
forget whatever scene this is. I
Yeah,
don't even
this
remember
is like
that.
the first half hour of this game, and then you wake up, and then all of a sudden you're seeing Mads Nicholson fucking talking to you about some gibberish, you know, and you have no idea what the fuck he's even talking about. You're just thinking like, oh, is that Mads Nicholson? And it's like that's Mads Nicholson,
Yeah.
and you're like, what the fuck is he talking
Why is
about?
he staring at me?
Why is he staring at me? What is going on? I have no idea. And all of a sudden you wake up as Norman Reedus again. You're back alive. You meet a character called Dead Man. And you're like, all right, great.
And Die Hard,
And
man.
Die Hard, man. And you're like, okay, cool. And then they're like, hey, go talk to the president of the United States.
Who's also your mother.
Yes, and then you learn that she's your mother, you know. And so this game, like, it doesn't help that the game is just like, what the fuck is going on? I also really do think having notable actors takes away from it, or at least it
Mm.
makes you wonder what the fuck is happening right now
Notable
more and more.
actor Jeff Keighley.
Because you see Mads Nicholson talking to you. I'm really not even paying attention to what Mads Nicholson is saying because I'm just sitting there thinking like, is that Mads Nicholson?
It is.
You know, and you're like, it is, you know, and you're just like, what the hell? And then you see Guillermo del Toro, and you're like, is that Guillermo del
With a
Toro
different voice.
with a different voice? And you're just like, all right, whatever. I don't know what the fuck is going on. So, anyways, I'm replaying it, and now I'm much more just accepting of what it is. I
Mm.
understand what it is, and I understand that these are characters and all that type of shit. I'm not as like, what the fuck is going on? And I think
Yeah.
that very much helps with the mindset. Uh so anyways, I would like highly recommend getting past level 3. I think I'm getting my head of myself a little bit here. But
Chapter 3.
get past chapter 3 because the game opens up much more after that. And I don't think I ever got past chapter 3 when I
I
was playing
played
it.
like 10 hours
Chapter
and
3 is like a
I
very big chapter from what I understand. Like it is definitely the longest chapter, and it is the one where they're teaching you all the different game mechanics and stuff like that. And I would say the game just opens up a lot more after that, you know, and gives you a lot more different mechanics, and everything kind of comes together better
mm.
after
Which
chapter
chapter is
3.
the Troy Baker fight?
The first one, the
Yeah.
first Troy Baker. Yeah, that's in chapter 3 somewhere.
That's where I stopped. Was I
Okay.
beat Troy Baker and then I was like gonna get on a ship or something?
Okay.
if I kind of puts in your head where I was stopped
Sure, you might have been a
playing.
little bit further than that. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, so now that I'm like accepting what the game is a lot more, I am liking it a lot more now. Once you get it together. I still don't love the online component of this game with everyone putting different stuff down. I feel like a
Mm.
lot of the times it kind of takes away from what I wanted to do. Now that I'm like further into it, I'm on like chapter like 8 or 9 already. So
How many
now,
is there?
I think 13.
Mm.
Uh
Okay.
and I feel like a lot of the time, specifically in that long ass chapter 3, chapter 4 area, a lot of the times with the online stuff, it's just like, oh, I want to put a ladder here because that's where I'm going. And it's just kind of like someone already did, And that kind of, why that's convenient for me, it just kind of takes away part of the game where I'm just like, but I kind of wanted to use my equipment there and use my resources and actually like play the game and put the ladder there. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I guess Kojima kind of wanted it to have this kind of like,
He wants that interconnected strand thing.
yeah.
Like I get it. I get what you're going for, but sometimes it's just a little bit of a letdown when it's like I want to play the game, you
So I
know?
guess what Kojima would want you to do is put another ladder next to it or something, so that you're doing something for someone else.
But then it's
Is
like why would I waste my equipment when someone already put something right there, you know?
well, you don't have to,
You don't
you
have
know.
to, sure, but it's like I don't know what the hell. I just think they could flesh out the online thing and make that a lot
Yeah,
cooler than what it is in the first Death Stranding game. With
maybe like allow you to put it down. Like it's like a hologram of one, and you're like, do you want that? And then you can like have it come up,
Well,
summon
there
it.
is then too is like if you haven't connected that area yet to the knot system, the whole connecting America thing
Hmm.
that revolves around the story, then that ladder's not going to be there because you're not connected yet. So that's kind of the push and pull there. But yeah, it's this game gets really good when you get into like the mountains in like chapters like 6-ish, I want to say, right in there. Then it becomes very much like a struggle of survival with delivering these things is because like the snow makes it so much harder and the wind and all that just makes it so much more
Mm.
difficult to walk through. It's kind of incredible. Like the second area map you would is like probably the same size as the first, but with the mountains involved, it takes so much longer to get through. Like it almost feels like you're in like a completely different portion of the map because there's like a flatland surface of the second area map. And then when you get up into the mountains, it feels like you entered like a completely new area, but it's still the same map. Like you're really not all that far from where you started in whatever chapter the second area starts in, but you are going through these mountains now, so it takes like hours to get through these mountains, and that becomes really fun. I really love the stealth mechanics with the BTs because I don't know if you played any of those, but
There's like one, I think, two maybe.
yeah, those get like super intense, man. Like really intense, especially when you get caught cuz and then it just turns into like this whole running system, running
Mm.
away from stuff
Hmm.
and then if you get caught by those things, so like these like demon black things pull you
Yeah,
back
the
down.
ink starts pulling you.
Yeah, 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 they pull you down and then all of a sudden you'll be in a fight with like a giant whale. It'll either be a whale or like a giant fucking Pokemon looking thing.
And you throw like pea grenades at him, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You throw grenades with Norman Reedus' piss or blood in it, and that's great. His piss or blood really fucks up these things, which is good. But those fights, man, they get like super intense because you're trying to carry all your stuff, and like if you have an important item for the next mission at that same
Falling off
time,
of you.
yeah, it's falling off of you. Those black things keep pulling you down. They'll take your fucking shit, and you have to run back to the other side of the map, and then while you're fighting this big thing at the same time, just to get your equipment back. And yeah, those become a very intense management thing where you're trying to like fight this thing but also keep control of your stuff and not let your stuff get too damaged, because if it gets too damaged then it gets broke, then you have to restart the whole mission. And those I found to be like the best part of the game. They're
Mm.
really fun. I just did one thing where like I think I finally saw Kojima's genius in this
No,
in this one specific part of this game. I don't even think it's like that big a deal looking back on it, but it like this. I won't spoil it because it is like a story moment. You had to get across this body of water. It's not really water; it's that black shit that pulls you down. But you know what I mean. You have to get across this giant body of thing, and like they're giving you like slight hints of how you do it, but they don't exactly come out and tell you how to do it. And when it clicks in your mind how to do it, it literally blew my mind. I was just like, whoa, no way, that's what they want me to do. So that was like really cool. That was probably my favorite moment thus far. But yeah, man, I am having a really good time now. It's once you get into it and accept it for what it is, I think it kind of opens up and becomes much more enjoyable. And
It's just a really unique AAA game. We
yeah,
just don't
no, it
see that
really
much
is.
uniqueness
I
like
mean,
this.
it's very management sim, you know?
Hmm.
Like you're
Yeah.
managing your boots, you're managing the stuff on your bag, you're managing eventually you get like a thermal pack for when you're in cold areas and stuff like that. You get an oxygen mask because there's like this gas in certain areas that you gotta he can't walk in or Sam will die. And it really is, there's like a lot of different management elements, and then you add on top of that the stealth with the BT and stuff like that. And I gotta shout out, man, I still have no idea what's going on in the story really, but I will say there are very good character moments in this game. Like each chapter kind of deep dives onto a different character, like each chapter is named after a character. And when you get really into it and further into it, I would say, and they like really focus on a specific character for that chapter, they become really good, quite heart-wrenching. And just like seeing how these people survive in this fucked up apocalypse, because it's like, dude, if this is my apocalypse, I mean, take me out, I'm done.
Yeah.
This is fucking horrible. This is
I've
the
heard in
worst.
particularly Die Hard Man.
Yeah, yeah, he's great so far. It's
Yeah.
yeah, it's I mean, I gotta shout out Troy Baker too. Troy Baker as a villain
Yeah.
is fucking beautiful, man. I prefer him as a villain, quite honestly. He is great.
Oh,
Higgs' character is fucking awesome in this game. I mean,
I didn't see a lot of him when I played.
yeah, no, I got into him more and more. I'm like on the chapter called Higgs, and so I'm seeing
Mhm.
like quite a bit of him now, and he is fucking excellent as a villain. So yeah, he's been the standout to me this far. And Margaret Qualley, she
Oh,
she gets
yeah.
more lines than anyone in this fucking game.
Really?
She definitely talks more than Norman Reedus, that's for sure. But because she's like kind of like the tech geek, so like she's explaining everything
Hmm.
to you too. But then like her specific chapter is actually really well done. And yeah, she's all over this game, which is crazy because she's such a huge star now. She wasn't like as big in 2019, but yeah, it's funny to see that. So yeah, I'm enjoying my time. I'm definitely gonna beat it this time. And
Yeah, I
yeah,
want to go back to that game at some point.
yeah, man, you should. I think you'd like
I
it
don't think I
too.
have the definitive edition though. I think I just have the base
Oh yeah, I am
game.
on the director's cut now.
Yeah, the director's code. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, which adds some fun stuff. It adds like a firing room, so like you can like try out weapons before you go out in the field now. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, and those are fun. There's like challenges in those too, which are pretty cool. And then it adds some other stuff too. I'm not entirely sure everything it adds, but yeah, I am playing that version of the game. Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm
Okay.
having a good time walking around.
Maybe I should
It's
check it
so
out.
weird playing a game as Norman Reedus, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is just like, oh, holy shit, Norman Reedus, that's awesome. It's very weird. Norman Reedus, I always had a soft spot for because
The Boondock Saints.
yeah, exactly. Me and my brother love the Boondock Saints. I don't know
They're
why,
awesome.
dude.
They're
We were
so good.
obsessed with that movie as kids. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's such a weird movie that like
They're
6-year-old
both
Connor
weird.
loved.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't know. And then of course The Walking Dead and stuff like that is there.
Mhm.
So yeah, it is fun seeing him. And I forget who the girl that plays Fragile is, but she's really good too.
Oh, Leah Sado.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, she's
She's
very
always
good at
great.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. The funny cameos that like I'm sure aren't voiced by the
Jeff
actual
Keighley.
guys. Jeff Keighley's there. Conan, he was in one of them.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Conan. He's like a comedian too, which is funny.
That's awesome.
I forget Herman Holst
Doesn't
was one of them.
isn't Edgar Wright? Doesn't he? Isn't he one
Yeah.
of the
No.
hologram people?
It's the director of that King Kong movie, who's like always the rumored director for the Metal Gear movie.
King Kong. Steven Spielberg?
Edgar Wright, you might be right on Edgar Wright.
I thought
No,
Edgar Wright was one of them.
no, not that. Not that King Kong movie. The other one, the one with Brie Larson, Kong
Oh,
Skull Island.
Dan Trachtenberg.
Is that it?
Yeah, I'm curious of the cameos because, like, I remember there being a bunch of them, and for those like hologram people or whatever,
Yeah,
you do like
yeah,
the
that's
fetch.
exactly where they all are.
Yeah,
Yeah, those are the ones that stuck out to me though. Was Jeff Keighley and Conan
of
and
course.
Herman Holst.
Herman, yeah, of course. Yeah, I want to say when I played, I saw Edgar Wright, but I could be
Jordan
wrong.
Vault Roberts. He's the
Jordan
guy.
Roberts.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, he was always the rumor. Even right now on his IMDb, it says Metal Gear.
The rumored Metal Gear
Yeah,
guy.
rumor
Yeah.
Metal Gear guy.
Him
So
and Oscar Isaac.
yeah. Oh yeah, it is Oscar Isaac, huh?
He's
They
supposed to
didn't get going
be
on that.
Snake. Dude, Oscar Isaac is Snake. Are you kidding me?
That is a really good fit.
That's such a good fit.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm hoping to beat it by next week. Something like that,
I
maybe.
mean, you played a lot of that. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I was sick on Sunday and Monday, so I was like, it was like
You
literally,
went
I had like
in. Yeah.
Monday in particular, dude. I had like a 12-hour session where I just didn't even, I didn't even feel
Awesome.
like moving, so I was just like, I don't even. Norman Reedus, you move for me.
You balance for me.
Right. You just walk.
How much do
All
you
right,
think you
bud.
played?
A lot, bro. Probably like 25-ish hours already, if I had to
It's
guess.
actually not as much as I would have thought. Like, especially how far you are in the game. Are you not doing like a ton of the side stuff? Because
No,
I thought
I've
this was a
done.
really big game.
No, it's not. I think how long to beat has it at like 35?
Oh, really?
Something like that.
Okay.
I mean, you can do a lot. Like you can go back to all these places and take new orders, right? It's just like how
Hmm.
much do you want to backtrack, really?
Yeah. So are you doing a lot of side missions, or are you doing
I've done
mostly
a
like the
good
main?
amount when they're like convenient. There's not really like side missions where it's like here's a story and some lore. It's just more like side orders. Like, hey, take this thing to this place for me. That's
Yeah,
really
that
what it
yeah.
is. It's not like
Okay.
I'm like, I guess I'm not really enticed to do a lot of those because there is no story with them. It's just
Hmm.
literally, hey, deliver this. And like you might get like more emails and stuff from that. And like a lot of the lore in this game is in the emails, and then like you get like different data things when you connect more places and stuff like that. And then there's also like places you won't connect in the main story. So those are kind of like your side things as well, where it's like, oh, okay, you could go connect this place. Yeah, main story is 40 on how long to beat.
Okay.
So got a ways to go still. But
It's another good session this weekend.
yeah, I'll try to get through it this weekend, see if I can't knock this one out. But yeah, having a good time, man.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That will do it for the Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 265. Thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to us over at youtube.com/nerdicgods. You can also find us available on all audio platforms. Daniel, anything else you want to say?
I was seeing there's a rumor we didn't talk about it on the show. Maybe we'll talk about it next week. That the Marvel Black Panther uh Captain America game might come out at the end of the year.
Oh yeah, Steven Sims with the big fucking fantasy critic pickup, man.
We're
Shit, we were all clowning him for that pick too.
we've been clowning him for that pick. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Wasn't it the voice actress that said it?
I can't remember.
I think I've read a little bit of this, and it was the voice actress. I don't trust voice actresses.
For sure.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
don't. What do they know about release
Hmm.
dates? I doubt it. I would still bet it doesn't come out this year if I'm being
Yeah.
honest. But because she said holiday
Amy,
period,
Amy, cancel it.
delay
The
the
game's
game.
canceled.
Cancel it, just straight
I'm
up.
canceling this game.
Yeah, I would still bet it comes out 2026 if I had to guess. They're gonna run into a problem or two with that game, but maybe not. Maybe it does come out this fall. Hell, that'd be awesome. I mean, that game should be pretty good. I mean, we haven't seen anything from it other than
That
that.
trailer was great, but
Yeah, the cutscene looked fucking awesome, but I don't know. Show me some gameplay. Let's see what this game
mhm.
actually is. All right, everybody. We will see you next week.
Bye, everybody.